Look at that. You sure this is a job for an old guy like you, Dougal?
It sure is not.
I'm ready, but I have no idea what we're doing. I need the Swede. Where's the Swede?
We're just out here getting it done.
Do you need to seek medical attention?
I think so. I might lose my temper.
That's a prostate.
You'll find out.
Forward! That didn't take much.
Larson?
You never know what we're gonna get into, right, Dougal? Ah! You're in the rhubarb! I'm having fun. Good morning, Brody.
Good morning.
We're picking up where we left off last night.
Go at it.
You know, the only good thing is we got it apart last night.
I really didn't want to do this one. So there, hey Brody, the engine crankcase breather needs to be changed. It's right back there.
So what we are working on, we pulled it in the wash bay about 2 weeks ago, washed it, then it blew nothing but codes. It blew def codes, CAN bus offline. Long story short, we had case out. They determined that, or they think that it is the main engine harness, which is this little guy here with multiple plugs on it. $900 for this, which I don't know, I think that actually sounds pretty reasonable for generally what parts cost. So last night, me and Brody spent, what, 2 hours?
No, it was not 2 hours.
It felt like 2 hours in my mind.
It was 1 hour.
It was more than an hour.
No,
We
it
screwed on
wasn't.
that one plug for an hour. Trying to get all the plugs that, there's multiple on this side, there's some up on top, on the front, on the left side, and a couple of them in a really ugly spot that the dirt gets in the little clips and they're nearly impossible to get undone without breaking. So now we have to get it out from behind everything. He started, so he's got to put the new one in.
Right, I'm out of this project. Should I
You
go
could
look
just
at a
tell
trailer?
he worked on everything else on the tractor. So this-
We got this like a day ago. I didn't have a chance to start it.
Well, we do want this tractor off the pit, and we're not allowed to start it till the new harness is in. So they cleared the codes. We haven't started it. We're going to put the new harness in. If we fire it up and there's no codes, we're good. If it blows codes, they got to come back out. So we got to make sure we get this right the first time. So however we remove this is how we need to put it back in.
Which way do you think is faster? Bringing this doohickey down through here or doohickey up?
Yeah, down, because this plug is massive. Massive plug.
You know, how are we not going to wreck anything putting it back in?
Well, the new one is more pliable. The heat, they think that up behind the turbo, I believe it's this end, it'd be fun to unwrap this because they think somewhere around in this area has been heat baked and is shot.
Maybe we should just fix it.
Because it goes right next to the turbo. Like
Right.
right next to the turbo. That gets to be how many hundreds of degrees. Okay, we're out. That, what you guys just seen, made this look really easy. What did the case mechanic say?
It's really easy to do.
Last night we both left here very relieved we got it done, or like everything unplugged and unbolted. We were both very angry. Oh man.
You know,
At least they made the connectors different on every single end to confuse a guy. Well, makes it pretty straightforward, but also very confusing when you're trying to figure out how to take them apart, and there's a different clip on every single one. It is plugged,
plugged
back
in?
I got her. I
Wow.
got her. Now I gotta reassemble all the shielding that I took apart.
okay,
Do I need to do that, or do we need to test fire?
maybe test fire.
Well, we're still an hour away
So
from
you
that.
need me to go under, down, under?
If you would, I did enjoy seeing you under there.
Where's this plug at again? Because I don't remember.
Well, the cable is up in where your hand's at
Oh,
somewhere.
it's right here.
Got it all clipped in.
Oh boy.
Really nice.
Oh boy.
You want me to pull the clip out? I can see nothing
I
from
think
this
this
angle.
goes like this. Okay.
What kind of little hands are you supposed to have to get to this?
I got it!
Good job, Brody. What have you found?
Oh, well, they sent the wrong DEF filter that I ordered, but I just was like, oh, I'll go look where it goes, which is in the fill port. This is what your
Nozzle, the dispenser goes in.
the gun hose goes into. Anyways, this is the old one. So I didn't try to order that, but it appears it's shot. But the problem is now the tip you're holding is in the tank.
Oh, that's good. You know what? I think someone's cut this off. And I've been down the road of the nozzle. This can't flow as much gallons per minute as you'd need. And I think somebody has remodeled this previous to us. Oh, guys, don't you hate when it's a Sunday afternoon and you don't want to cook and you're hungry? Well, that's where today's video sponsor comes in. Factor. We're going to have a Factor meal. Ready in 2 minutes. No preparing, no cleaning. Just going to pop a few holes. Pop it in the microwave. 2 minutes later, you're eating a fresh, never frozen gourmet meal. Or anyways, that's what I get, is the gourmet plus meals. I normally go with the green beans or the broccoli, but today I'm actually having the vegetarian bowl. We've got spiced sweet potatoes and pickled jalapenos. It sounds pretty good. I can smell it. It smells delicious. So what I like best about Factor is you just subscribe to Factor. You can set up your meal plans when they come, when you want them delivered, how many meals you want. You can choose all that. I use them a lot for circumstances like this, or if I just don't want to pack a lunch and there's going to be no food at the farm, I don't have to run somewhere and get some. If you guys have any interest in Factor or trying them out, I've got an awesome discount code for you guys. You can go to factor75.com or go to the link in the description and use code 50LARSON and you will get 50% off your first box and free shipping. So awesome opportunity to try it out. I suggest trying it out, and you can enjoy and eat gourmet meals just like me. What do you want, Toby? You can smell it, I think. Well, while I finish up my supper, I'm going to let you guys go back to the video, but once again, factor75.com or go to the link in the description. Use 50LARSON, get 50% off your order and free shipping. So try it and let's get back to today's video. Okay, it is all installed to the best of our knowledge, and we decided to tear into the wiring harness where they speculated it to be an issue. This was that plug-in that we struggled to get out. Something terrible. Look at the wires right here. They're chewed through the insulation from the wire loom. I've seen this before in a combine where the actual thing that's supposed to be protecting the wires actually eats the wires. So that could be one of the problems. Definitely has been into the wires. Now, is that the problem? I don't know. But it definitely don't look good to me. And the wires have become really stiff. Really, like, cooked. That don't look bad. Definitely in this area. You ready? It may never run again. Alright, it runs. We'll see what codes it blows when this boots up. The stop sign is left. It used to say stop. I think we fixed it. As of now, all things look good. Well, the only thing we have to do left now is put a new service interval in the case manual saying change engine harness every 1,500 hours.
How much was this? Does anyone
$900, which surprising it isn't more. I think a Deere's is, I'm not even gonna say, but I think it's way more than that. All right, I think this one is done for over the pit. We need to change fuel filters, but we need to get another truck ready to go on the road. So we're gonna pull this out, park it over there, get a truck over the pit to grease and get serviced up for. Unfortunately, there's a long line at the elevator or at the ethanol plant, and Steve is not going to get all the contracts in by the end of the year by himself due to the sometimes 2-hour wait. So we're going to get this truck ready to go and have 2 trucks sit and wait in line. But it's what we got to do to get our contracts in by the end of the year or in December, so that's what we're going to do. That didn't work at all. Oh man, what if we restart and back it in over? Because this is kind of pointless. Count of that the whole truck isn't even over the pit. Wow. That's a little better. A little back in, a little wiggle wiggle, and now we're over the pit. Might be the only truck hood that you can get up by yourself. Oh, Mr. Packard. Before we put these on the road, they have not been, well, most of the semis have been serviced. But this is the problem with these new semi motors or their radiators are super fine, so they plug up, and then their air filters are so small compared to a 379 Peterbilt that they plug up. Let's take a look at this. Oh my, it's stuck in. Ugh. Look at that. Alrighty, so Eric's working on cleaning up that air filter. We need to grease it. Tires are in immaculate shape, so that's not an issue, but we do need to grease it. Oil has only got 6,000 miles on it, so we should about halfway there. Grease gun's about out of grease, so that's typical. So our trucks never get greased during harvest. I know that's not good, should be greased more often than that, but it's just something that doesn't happen. So I'm sure this thing is extremely in need of it. Brakes are excellent. Check the wheel seals. So far good. And then the fun job of greasing, which is not bad at all. I'm not complaining a bit because I have a pit to work in. This job really sucks when you don't have a pit. Another usual check is check all the U-joints, make sure there's no play. Pretty simple, just to make sure there's nothing loose in obviously the expensive rear end, and that a knuckle isn't getting play in it to cause vibration or go totally out and cause a lot of trouble, but typically you'll find it just being sloppy in the U-joint. This one's good though. You sure this is a job for an old guy like you, Dougal?
It sure is not. I've got too many clothes on again.
You're gonna get mud under your brunts.
It's the only way I can stay up here, because that PVC floor is very slippery.
So on the bright side, I believe all the trailers were serviced when unhooked or greased at least. Sure, there'll be some tires that'll need pumping, but hopefully it's just hook up and the brakes won't be froze on.
I'll hook up, hang in there.
It's airing up. That's a good sign. I just
Looks
mentioned
about like that one.
how
on
we
the
parked
inside.
these all the way greased and ready to go, and then
Not this one, because this one hasn't been washed.
wow, the one we needed, Eric, the one we need. Look at that. Another amazement of how they can chop. It's terrible. That one's shot. These aren't chopped, but they'd still pass, I think. We need 2 or 3. Oh yeah? Yeah, the manual crank as it's going to 4-degree highs. That'd be great. Well, we aren't wasting no time. Everyone's favorite job, semi-tires. So we're gonna be swapping 2 out. We're gonna be putting a new one on here because the inside was still over half. So we're gonna put a new one on there, and since the outside on that one seems to chop so bad, they both will be shot hopefully at the same time. And then on this one actually has an old semi-drive tire on the inside. So we're gonna match it with a used semi-drive tire on the outside. So then what my hope is that this whole front axle will be wore out at the same time, because these are maybe a third left tread on the drive tires. And then on this side, they're getting down there, but they're not chopping, so we'll be able to run them just fine for a while.
Oh.
Everyone loves watching you do tires. You make it look so easy. There it is. Look at that.
And he
Half the tire is
steals-
still good.
And he steals the satisfaction of popping it up.
Oh, I'll let you roll it.
Oh, okay. Right out to the burn barrel.
Yeah.
Okay, Chet and Doug took off. The trailer's ready, but Brody and I have errands we have to run. So we are going to South Dakota, and we're kind of a little bit rushed because he's got to pick up his kids tonight. And the reason we're going mainly is to get parts from deer, but also I've got different kind of deer, and that needs to go to the butcher. Hope it's not too icy out there. So you're taking the venison I provided.
You provided me, my family.
It feels kind of good, actually. Yeah, I shot this big doe.
It's huge, massive,
It was,
world record.
well, they're supposed to be smarter when they get older, but she came really close, and I had a bow, and I didn't miss. Didn't put a great shot on her.
How many yards?
It was like 15 yards, and I hit her in the spine. Probably because, like I was saying, she was kind